Does anyone here like being lied to? I didn't see hands go up. I don't like being lied to either. In fact, I hate being lied to so much, I read a few books on how not to be lied to. This one's called Conquering Deception. This one's called Never Be Lied To Again, a New York Times bestseller. An expert on lying, a doctor by the name of Michael Lewis, has done some research. And he found that the average person lies around 25 times a day. 25 times. You may be thinking, I haven't told a lie today. Someone else has made up for you today. The question is, what can we do to better see when we're being lied to? We can't stop it. We're going to be lied to for the rest of our lives, whether we like it or not. But how can we see if someone's lying to us? Because it could be a lie. It's a great big lie that might cost us a lot of time or money, or a little itty bitty lie that really won't matter. But how do we see it? I'm going to give you some tools that you can use to better see when someone might be trying to tell you a lie. Now, it's important to remember with what I'm going to share with you, the context of how the lie could be told to you. And by context, I mean, if I were to give you the word bat, what does that mean, bat? Is it a creature that flies through the night, or is it something used to hit a baseball with? Depends how it's used in the sentence. I were to say, Albert Pujols swung the bat in the bottom of the ninth and hit a home run to win the game for the Cardinals. You would know how it's used, which I hope happens a lot this year. If you ask someone a question, you're talking to them, you may see their eyes going all types of directions. More specifically, when you watch somebody interview, you'll see the eyes going left, right, up, down. What does that mean? Well, our eyes actually move according to what part of our brain are accessing. Whether it's visual, creative, lying, recalling. So if you talk to someone, you ask them a question, and they look to your left, that's a sign they could be lying. Left and lying both start with L. To demonstrate, can everyone here please hold out their left hand? Okay, pretend there's a letter L in that hand. So if you were to ask me a question, I looked to your left. Left, lying L. Left, lying L. That's a sign I could be lying to you. Now, if someone looks to your right, right, we're calling, we'll start with an R. That could be telling the truth. Can everyone here hold out your right hand? If we're talking, you ask me a question, and I look to your right. Right, we're calling R. That could mean I'm telling you the truth. If you ask someone a question, and they pause, they repeat your question back to you, or they avoid it completely, that could be a sign they're not telling the truth. I remember I went to Best Buy. I had the computer picked out I wanted. And as I was getting everything ready to go, the salesman comes up to me and says, "Would you like to buy a service plan?" You know, one of those service plans, you never know quite what it covers. You hope it covers everything. But he assured me it covered everything. I told him it was important to me if I dropped my laptop. I carry it around a lot. I want it to be covered. So I asked him, if I dropped my laptop, is it covered? And he said, if you drop your laptop, is it covered? He were 4 feet apart. He heard me, but he repeated my question. That's a sign. And I said, yes, is it covered? And as he repeated my question, he told me yes. Something doesn't seem right. So I said, why don't we get a manager to come over and sign the receipt and say, if I drop it, it's covered. So he was going to walk away and come back with a manager. Came back alone and told me that this type of service plan only covers normal wear and tear, and dropping it's considered neglect. He would have been perfectly happy letting me walk out of the store with that $250 service plan, and I could have dropped my computer and it would not have been covered. I'd have walked back in, tried to redeem it, and they'd have said, sorry. Because of that lie. It could have cost me $250. If you talk to someone and you see that their hands happen to touch the ear, the nose, that is a sign you could be lied to. The ears or the nose. I remember I was going to get my oil changed. It was going to cost $35 to get my oil changed. As the oil change was nearing completion, the mechanic came up to me. He said, "Sir, I'd like to recommend that we're going to do something with the transmission fluid and some type of a cleaning. It's going to be nearly an extra $200. Dude, extra $200. I said, "Are you sure I need all of this?" "Well, the computer right here says you need this, this, and this." Notice he didn't answer my question. He deflected the computer. He points to it. But I said, "Yeah, but do you really think I need all this right now? I don't know, it seems kind of expensive." And he, "Oh yeah." Now, his nose could have itched, or he could have been lying. So I said, "Are you sure?" "Yeah." And then I asked him, "Well, if it were your car, would you do it?" He said, "Well, I probably would do it." "Probably? You probably would do this?" "No, thank you. I'll take my $35 oil change, and I'll be on my way." I take my car back home, have my stepdad look at it, who knows a lot about cars. You don't need the stuff done with the transmission. I don't even know what the cleaning thing he tried to sell you was, but you definitely don't need that. So I just saved myself an extra $200. I've given you some tools that you can use to spot when someone might be trying to lie to you. As you can see, these books have many pages in them. I've given you just a few tools. There's many more in the books and many other books out there. Because we're all going to be lied to. The question is, are you going to see it? Because some of the lies could be those big lies, maybe selling you a service plan that's really not going to cover what you need it to, or the mechanic trying to take advantage of you. Some of them might be small lies that may not matter. But the question is, are you going to be able to see it? So now you have some tools that you can use so you can see if someone is trying to lie to you so you don't have to worry about being taken advantage of.